How's it going today? Ah! Okay, I hope today's a great day. I am so excited to go through and stream because I was just like, today, a couple things happened today. The first thing is that I was like, haha! I was just like, yeah. I went through, I made it short, I'm like, great. I was really happy. I didn't know what today's Focus Friday was going to be, and then I realized, oh, Limbus Company is doing their event. I'm like, okay, you know what? That works. That works. And then I spent earlier today, like just before starting the stream, trying to get everything set up for like, oh, but what if I go and finish early, or what if I'm not liking it, right? I go through and I try. And I'm just like, I really want to get this set up. I want to get this set up. There's like a backup plan of like, maybe I'll do this. And then I didn't. There are issues. I was excited for it to be a possibility. It is not in fact gonna happen. Unless if I can try and get it set up during break. But anyways. Just waiting a little bit. Ads should be over. Yeah, ads are over. So now we're saying, now we I don't know how to speak at the best of times. But regardless. Hi, Ryan! Hey! I am thinking I might have said I can speak. I can speak slightly louder. Haha! Okay, let's get this. As with any, like, playing of this company, we have to start with a couple of polls. Also to give extra time for people to drop in and be like, haha, you're playing Limbus Company, I want to join. You're going to have to duck out in an hour, but you plan to be back after that. Yay! That sounds great. Let's see if I can pull any of the event characters. The answer seems to be resounding no. Oof. Oof. An overwhelmingly resounding no. Well, that's happens. That happens to be my luck. My luck is not that good. I make my own luck. My own luck is called ha 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 ha. Oh, I don't have to care. This game is very, very, very nice.
여기가 살인 사건 현장이군요. 이런 아마추어 같은 마무리를 해두고 가다니 어지간히 시간에 쫓겼나 봐요.
So this is the murder scene. What an amateurish finish. They must have been really pressed for time.
사무직분들은
Okay, we go into Honglu. We're like, okay, Honglu, but what if? What if this? And then we literally fall. Just so that you can stand toe to toe at the top, and so we can actually use you. And then we up tie you.
자, 나를 범인이라고
Okay, let's see.
생각하고
How would I do this if I was a
여기서
killer?
있었던 일을
I just slowly think it through and I suppose I'll find the truth.
결국 진상을 파악할 수 있겠죠?
I guess I'll start by taking a quick look around. The child leisurely strolls into a dark and stuffy basement. He has a casual look on his face, as though all was right in the world. In his mouth is a sweet lollipop, and his gait is relaxed and... There is something different about this child. Though he wore the very same scarf that others in his organization wore, not share their perpetual sense of urgency. Not a rare sight to see a Eurodivvy fight a Eurodivvy, but this one's a bit different. Eurodivan. An organization establishes the spirit of bringing a world to life, a world in which the few do not hoard their riches, a world of equality, but not all those who call themselves a Eurodivvy share the same sentiment. Now that the Eurodivide was widespread enough to establish themselves as presence even in some masks, some of their new recruits did not share that ideal. Some of them joined only because they were down on their lucks, or only because they simply didn't like the way things were under the wing. That's just for often these conflicts. Sometimes their opinion swings, and that's just a kind eye. Sometimes violence becomes a preferred conflict resolution method. That's just the way things are in this city, isn't it? And that is where the child comes in. He has been working as a Eurodivide detective of investigating instances of such violence. My blood splatters all over the broken cup. That'll fetch quite the compliment. Hey, you're finally here. Yes, I am. Can I get a lowdown on what we're dealing with? Oleg extends his greeting as the child bends down to traverse under several layers of tape, outlining. Well, like always, can't say I've got a lowdown to give you, but I'm sure this mess is nothing more than one of them brawls that break out after a potent mix of too many shots of liquor and overly passionate debate. I've got confirmation from the witnesses and the owner too. Well, one of them just glassed the other one out of nowhere, right in the forehead. Ouch. Glass cup? Sounds painful. Yeah, ouch is right, and that was probably the last straw, the moment of no return where all hopes of resolving the situation without a casualty were lost. Partner muttered bitterly before letting out a deep Sad. I can't understand how people gathered on the same banner and the same cause can hate one another so I just don't. It's easy to bring together for something happy. Everyone wants the same. But bringing angry people together for something unhappy is hard. Once you really look into it, you'll notice that not everyone wants. People all have different reasons to be happy about the win. Sometimes I can't help but wonder how you can act so aloof, like you're above all this. You decided to join the Eurodivide. I bet you had your own reasons too. Am I wrong? Oh, I'm just rising. It's certainly given me an eye for picking up clues and getting a better picture. Polly simply could not understand the child, nor could he share in his casualness. But perhaps he thought that was precisely why the child could be trusted to solve these cases. Fair eye and swift feet. Besides, it was more fitting for the Eurodivide to settle their own problems rather than rely on a weaker leader. Right. What do you see? Give me something to work with here. Of course. Let's reconstruct the crime scene. Child adjusted the dial on his clockwork as he suggested that he was in hiding. monocle, crafted by a skilled artificer, once worked for a famous work, highlighted various points of interest. Adjusting the dials would help. Blood splatters all dried at different points. This one's dried and viscous, and is halfway permeable. The other splatter's a bit fresh though. Not sure how much that info's worth, like how dried the blood splatters are doesn't help us much if one of them was living 8-hour days and the other one 6-hour days. Can't tell who bled first from that. Let's reconstruct the broken piece of glass. Wait, this was a light bulb, not a glass cup. Then above us must... one of the lights is missing. This could be interesting. Let's check the register, shall we? Child sang a cheerful hum as he sauntered up to the register. The owner of this shop organizes daily earnings by collecting. I remember how he was always so proud to show off his collection of precious seeds whenever we came to California. Looks like he's been deep red as of late. Placing a precariously hanging plate must be pressing on. Wait, that means... Ah, that explains confusion. Case I saw through my but all that was over a misunderstanding. Colleague sighed and ran his hand through his hair with a bitter expression. It must have pained him to hear a devised name, which people talked under the cause of revolution. Trade and... It's tragic, but maybe all this was inevitable. Expecting everything to go right in a world of ever-shifting chaos is a somber and excessive ideal. Hey. Hey. Finally, how much more? Right. No, it's not this one.
사무직분들
This is called slightly cheating. Oh, it feels like slightly. 48. Yay! Just enough. And now our event person is ready to go. Oh. Yay. Which one is my... Ah, this one. This one is my general, like, chapter 6 group, which there aren't a lot of general chapter 6. But you also get added here. Four, 5, 6. Up more, and then it gets get regularly. Ready? Time to start. Time killing time. Wow! I love the look of this. A scandal in time. Ah! Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flaps through the newspaper in her hands while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I now know exactly what this is. And aha! Aha! Okay, what was the fixer you found today? That she will continue to try to draw my attention while I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it? Ah, Manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies, such as one Limbus company, must always pay close heed to the ever-changing world around us? Hie thee hither! Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire, and do keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Mersault and I, Don Quixote do air every morrow. You just like reading about fixers. What? Along with it, why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Mersault and one of his morning routines. No, the one with the newspapers? Huh. Newspaper routine, where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other at an exact 90-degree figure 4 leg lock position, and peruses the morning newspaper. Oh my. Uh-huh. That. I guess it left an impression on her. Betcha she'll be back to her usual self in a week, though. Harken unto me! Art thou paying attention? Yep. Totally. So what's new? What, did an article mention us or something? Oh-ho! How didst thou know? Oh. Wait, really? Forsooth! Forsooth! Feast thy eyes on page 3. Though 'tis quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? We're really starting to put our names out there, huh? Don Quixote and Rodia, the two sinners who are guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, for speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. Ahem, ahem! A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at T-Corp! Shocking! The perpetrators for this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Well, hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of the T-Corp Class 3 collection staff on the scene. With some small assistance from some wandering bystanders. Wandering bystanders. Perchance that particular denomination was. Bystanders? They're treating us like we were barely there. Didn't mention our company. Aw, come on. Those time collectors weren't even there. This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media. Well, it may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention, thank you. Better not set yourself up for disappointment, and... We were standing there for a good moment in a big group, chattering about the article, when someone slowly but smoothly walked between. Excuse me, would you be employees of Limbus Company? You fellas are... I'm sure you are already aware of the reason for our visit. Oh-ho! I welcome thee here! Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival! Now, from whence shall we begin? Oh, is she actually here to interview us? Oh wait, Don Quixote wasn't just losing her mind at nothing? I was not told that any interview would be taking place. My weird work go at a time like this. Now, where did I put that leftover hair gel from Peace Makeover? Ahem! Thou may commence! Alright then. Barely, I shan't rightly take all of the credit for what we have accomplished, sir. Will you be making your tax payment in installments? Oh? Okay, we're clearly not on the same page here. Here are the tax collectors from Corp's Time Collections, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never brief. Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense. We already paid our time tax in full when we went through the T-Corp Nest immigration process. Virgilius said 2 days ago aboard Mephistopheles. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each carry? probably know this already, but in T Corp, everyone must carry. Yes, I know. But for every rule, always room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's looking to handle it. Outsiders seeking term stay in T Corp pay the appropriate time cap, length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligation, instead of going out of their way to abide by T Corp's. As you have expected, anyone born outside district go through numerous hearings before they can be issued. Be elected 30 days worth on the spot, entering. Impressive. Can't have been cheap. Ah, yet I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Altus does. Haven't I already made it clear that it is not a fashion item? As I have said so. The company has no budgetary. It is a given that care of such. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, huh? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay. Hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably mounts around in there. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing towards Sinclair and Honglu with his chin. Pay for the time tax and for... Oh, maybe? I didn't pack much when I left, though. Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe ya? Hi, Wayward! How are you doing today? Currently, you are... 10 billion, 40 million on behind in time tax. What? Am I hearing it worse or something? I heard a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. That much money. Oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first. What are options to have? Can't pay the tax. Tax is not an option. Your only options are the following. Make your payment with time or money with interest. What the hell does making time even? Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out what exactly they meant, though. Saying, Heathcliff, know anything about this? I have not once failed to make payments during my residence yet. Thus, I know not what transpires on an occasion which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy business like taxes at the manor either, and in my backstreet stays, boss dealt with complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up, though. Well, then... With their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander toward Faust, who I hoped would know something more about this than the... That's been outed suddenly and defiantly to us and the collector. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Tax calculations in T-Corp are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. Would I be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments? Wait. You don't have to escalate this. I'm out. Your choice of words. Wait. Try and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. How exciting. A 10 billion on debt. Billion and 14 million on to be exact. Woof! We are in debt. I wonder if it's because of the time shenanigans at the end of chapter 6. I love this music! Oh, we have to include a cave. Who did we drop out of the main? Let me think. We're doing a tremor. So, well, this is tremor, so we have to include. Dawn is the next, and Heathcliff was the last, so I think remove Ishmael. And remove Aldous.
가볼까요?
There we go!
본인이 나서지.
Ah, the black and white, yeah, or at least the sepia tones. So how exactly do you work?
이 사건에
I didn't take a good look at your moves before I just threw you in, so let's see. You have your... Well, your tier 1 attack is gain +2 tremor count at 6+ gun. Okay. So you gain tremor count, and at 6+ you get more coin power. You also inflict tremor, and you gain tremor. Okay. If the target has 6+ tremor, you get more power, gain +3 tremor count. At 5, coin power is +1. Okay, so gain, inflict, and target has 6+ trigger burst. Got it. Let's see, flash power +1 for every 6 on the target. For the third power, hang on, I'm looking at this game. At less than 15, consume 10 tremor count to gain coin powers +1. Okay, what happens at 15? Oh, at 15, gain +3, okay. Skill consume tremor count on use, trigger, amplitude, and... Ah! Why do you have to scroll? That's so annoying. Just let me scroll automatically, game. It's so annoying when they do that. Okay, let's do this. Use these effects of the tremor type. That's a lot. Tremor reverb on your burst takes sloth damage equal to tremor poke. My audio seems to be cutting out. That's not good. Making sure everything's plugged in correctly. Checking the filters. How's that? I turned off one of the filters. Hopefully that helps. I hope it's fine. If it's not fine, please let me know. Let's see, this one does reverb, then burst. Okay, so generally, the gist of it is you want to get a lot of tremor on him and his opponent before you use the attack 3. Got it. And the defense... Oh, it's just gain tremor. Got it. It only happened once in a while. Okay, well, if it happens again, let me know. Okay, so generally we want to start with the level 1, I assume, which is blue. Yellow is level 2 for you, and green is level 3. So let's start with level 1. It is time to save everything. No, it is not. I am buying for now. Okay, so we only had one film.
방금 벌레만은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Oof. Oof. Well, that's not good. That's really not good. Ooh, well, sad we dodge. I don't using the purple dawn unless if I can get a good... I can get a decent absolute resonance. I could get decent and that should level up proof of loyalty a little bit.
불길 속으로. A의 것을 잡고.
Yeah.
아이씨, 좀 피하면 사라니까.
Oh, we have stagger.
야, 저거 정신 차릴 때까지 앞에서 시선 좀 끌어줘야겠어.
Well, this isn't the best. Do you have? You do not yet. Okay. Yeah, frick. Not nearly in. Borrow time. Gain haste, clash power up, and fragile next turn at one count. If this unit has more bind than it has haste, borrow time effect expires and the unit gets staggered. Oh. Oh, they literally move faster than we do. Ah!
이런 것도 되죠.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지. 그 두드려 패.
That's yeah. They literally use time against us. Frick.
기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
날 뛰어보라고.
Makes sense since that's kind of the whole deal with this particular
이런 상황인데
corporation. They
어떻게 끝이
time is a
보이는지
resource and they use it.
조금만 더 해보죠.
Yeah, frick. I might have to switch out the Dawn I'm using since this particular Dawn doesn't appear to be doing good. Doesn't appear to be good for this. Either that or I have to level her
탈출
up.
배치 확인.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
You know, I've had the occasional thought when I just play this on my own sometimes that like, maybe I should try to upgrade and improve like the base level. They're not using an identity, they're just fighting as themselves ones.
다시 못 살게.
Just to see what I could do with that.
밀어붙이려면 지금이야. 승리가 너일 거든. 혼자 사양이다.
I
피어나라.
think it'd be interesting at
적확한
least.
하나였어.
Yeah, frick. Yeah? Ow! Ow.
씹는 맛이 있는데.
참 이런 상황인데
Ooh, you're agitated.
어떻게
Nice.
끝이 보이네요.
Fight worse, fight worse, fight worse.
불길 속으로.
I wonder if I could take like base level on when the next chapter like fully releases. That could be interesting. A T-Corp staff in a different uniform approached the sinners as both sides went on the defensive. Is this one their ringleader? He may be of a higher rank, but he is but an employee of T-Corp all the same. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp. In other words, don't do it! Lay down your weapons, now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by T-Corp, and we will use force to... I like that. How thrilling. Ah, this is bad. This seems like a great time for Vergilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to appear. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide, but only a few days ago. Feels like it's been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay. They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion on. 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. You really like saying that, don't ya? Jeez. Yeah, the point is there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind, law-abiding citizens who aren't brimming with a sense of justice. Hear, hear. Vergilius listened quietly for a moment as the citizens chattered on like they were a part of a comedy skit. Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of the street, no less. Vergilius let out a deep sigh before turning toward the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion on in time tax is unacceptable. I'm sure you know full well that 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now to discuss possible solutions? Holy cow. It was the weird time travel stuff we did, like Dante's whole trick to be able to get us to the end of chapter 6. If nobody remembers, don't worry, that was a while ago, but oh my gosh. A case of the gallows. Ah! Oh no! Execution. Execution. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in the progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. It was us! A temporal leakage phenomenon. It refers to a deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the process. What the bloody hell is she blabbering about? A deceleration in the flow of time within a certain... She must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man at the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. No. Considering the odd sensation we experienced as we departed the manor, it is most probable that no error had occurred in our calculations. Do you recall, Dante, as we left behind the manor a few days ago? Aha! Mersault, is there aught wrong with thy daily routine? We had just returned to Mephistopheles after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shouted through the silence. I'm trying to adjust the microphone because I'm like, ah! Yeah, give me a second. I'll adjust it a little more. Yeah. I am looking at my audio mixer and I'm like, gain. There, I turned up the gain. Which should hopefully help. Hopefully help. I am baffled. That's why I was cutting out a little bit. And I'm like, why? Uh-oh. I have identified an anomaly. Hello, Vladimir. Hi, how are you doing? We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor. Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake. As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening papers have always been delivered during designated hours. Farming already shared all at level 45. Yay! Possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. This cannot be! This must be the early hours of the morrow, is it not? I can borrow event IDs to get the bonus and basic mission Mario Wars. Yeah. I did get the Honglu ID though, so I'm fine. I may have an idea as to how this inconsistency came to be. Right. The TT4 protocol. What's that? Temporal velocity synchronization device or something like that. I've seen an advert for it once. A luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely hours together or some shite like that. You have the Ryoshu ID Max and a Faust with the duck. Duck Faust! Tempting. Uh-huh. Just quite unlike these, Sir Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. Pray, shall someone explain it in plainer language? And bonuses stack. There's an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. Aha! Forsooth, I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same time as the rest of us. Then, with this information, it can be concluded that the time you have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. Right now you're doing MD for exchange and boxes to max Honglu. Ah! I already maxed out Honglu. That is a coherent explanation as to why the evening paper, instead of the morning newspaper, was issued. I already saved up a lot of boxes and I had Honglu. I had a lot of Honglu things. I had a lot of boxes. I just went, Honglu full. Uptime 3. I have uptime 4. Now that your curiosity is... I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling it. The LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. As for more detailed information, activated by ability within the TT4 protocol caused... Yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than what was actually spent was... This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale. Like I said earlier, you affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. It moved all over that manner. Honestly, the situation is completely unprecedented. Right. They used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit. Because it was so bloody pricey. So the time tax for your inflated tax bracket multiplied by the surtax per volume from the physical space covered by that temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number. It ain't like we knew something like this would happen. Well, anyway, you have 2 payment options to settle this time tax debt. Oi, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 billion grow from a tree, innit? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time. It means... oh. The employee, who was about to answer our questions with painfully observable annoyance, suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold the emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus Company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. Ah. No need to fucking fuss, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I will be joining to discuss the possible solutions to this incident. So please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust. You're with me. Understood. I'm so confused about why my freaking audio is going weird. I really need that sound foam. I have no sound foam. And I didn't get Twitch payout. And nobody on phone is contributing. Oh, I'm just broken. Audio, oh no. Anyway. Make another last one gone and only Ryoshi. Enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Well, off they go, I guess. Didn't even give us the chance to ask them more questions. They're just leaving us here like this. But isn't this whole mess basically about what'll happen to us? So, this isn't anything serious, but... what's Bersault doing on the gallows? What? Bersault, what are you doing up there? I was told to stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? I did, just trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Whoa, a clock with legs! How fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you might even be worth a participation trophy. You remind me of the time when some helpless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time. It was only one thing or the other. Leaving you lost in time and stranded in the street sounds no good. Not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? Oh, right. GT5-2 protocol is operating an experimental capacity within this office space. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorienting. So keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's the look of someone who has never once heard of the TT5-2 protocol. TT5-2 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invitation to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. Assuming local runs and only a select few corp offices, so if you do ever feel the urge to leave your impressions of the shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words on the bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man whom we presume to be a T-Corp staff seemed very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. Ah! Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking. Okay, I'm just moving my microphone closer to my face. Hopefully that fixes it. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. I am ready. Wait, I don't know if it's really a good idea to be ready for something that looks like the rope extending from the intimidating machine tightened around Mersault's throat. I suppose what it means to pay our time tax with time, getting hanged from the gallows? Please call it by its precise and given name, temporal skilled gallows. It measures the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. That was simply too much hubbub and hullabaloo about its excessively long name, which was at approximately 58 words or letters. Someone ask him what'll happen to Mersault. Is that thing going to kill Mersault? Kill him? Nonsense. She's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous, however. A however, spoken in such manner, oft pretends that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not so sure as to what might happen exactly. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend. Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? What? Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about T-Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, Even worse comes to worst, every citizen is entitled to the right to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to the T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours a day in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. My, sucking 10 billion and 40 million ons worth of time for a friend was too much, I suppose. Look, it says measurement error. That rarely ever happens. Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen? Just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 billion on of time tax records is a historically unprecedented amount of debt, so I had to see what happened. You could land in first place on a lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on, and that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong in a museum history, if I'm being honest. Oh my gosh. Time to read more. Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax that willingly step up to the gallows before. Anyone beyond that usually chooses to run or digs themselves into an even deeper debt pool. The point is, I scarcely expected someone in a 10 billion on time tax hole to just walk up there like that. Save me or save me! What is wrong with this guy? Awaken, Mersault! Worthy, surrender not to such machinery! Oh! That thou art unharmed! $10 billion. I am alright. Why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Mersault? Vergilius and Fausti returned just as this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Okay, I can clearly see that you are both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again, but we had our reasons. And? You explained things to them, right? Please tell me that the agreement doesn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid gallows. This chapter is more reading than fighting. Okay. As long as you don't have the employee there. But 10 billion is certainly an absurd amount of money. But that doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon. for our unilateral activation. Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I was somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our worth based on individual merit. Then Mersault would be killed. Very fast. Mersault is... I mean, in story, Mersault is great. In battle, Mersault is useless. I prepared performance evaluation sheets for each center precisely for one such occasion. On the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that I'll leave any of you time to take the fall for them. Besides, 10 billion on isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of an individual. But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time horsing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is? We have been contracted to deal with the distortion. Huh. I guess we're really starting to put our names out there if they specifically sought us out to deal with this distortion. They have sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were their 6th choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. Gotcha. Well, stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny it. What kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a series of similar unsolved cases within T-Corp's borders. Some call it the case of TimeKilling time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of TimeKilling time. It is exactly what it says on the tin. A distortion is running wild, killing our time. Time is an asset here at T-Corp. It is not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing it. But in the case of TimeKilling time, the killer does not leave any traces. It is simply gone, completely removed, and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before, thus the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. That is why we formally request that you solve this case for us. In return, we will exempt you from your time tax debt. Oh! Thus arriveth once again my time to shine! According to a book I have perused in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmare or beyond. Give me a moment. Water. Or beyond are issued this special investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that may as well be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid during the detectives. Fixers! We plan to issue those badges, yes. Wahoo! Much have I longed to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this is dealt with. Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges, one for my private collection, one for display, and one for business so that... Shut it, lass. Right, what are we waiting for? Let's crack on, rock this distortion, and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems. Valued. But I would also read if you could allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off, going on a long tangent. Problem is that they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case. Indeed, I can't have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Also, the special investigator badge isn't something that T-Corp hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them. I concur to a degree. Altifs, who has continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinners, was the first one to welcome this offer. You should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these dead weights? We will leave the useless pawns behind to wait in the bus while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of business. You seem rather confident that you'd be a part of that elite team of high-performing individual outfit. It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. Alright, enough with your nonsense. So, how many of us are allowed to work on this case anyway? Vergilius trailed off, clearly unhappy about this outcome. They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation. That's not a lot. Accept it. We barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate. Then you have wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive manager and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. No, it won't. Right, so it all comes down to my choice, huh? 3 sinners. So many eyes are upon me. Not that I've ever had them all look at me at the same time before, but the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like this. These looks like the managers. But pointless agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers for it, so let's see some hands quickly now. Forsooth! I shan't hesitate before such excellent opportunity! Maybe it's finally my time to shine? Oi, you don't even need to ask me, alright? Let's get on with it. Oh nah, that wasn't... I'm not raising my hand. I'm just cleaning my glasses. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before, except for that one time when we accidentally walked out to the outskirts through the back door. But I have to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. Bark! 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 I wait. Anyways, what a mess. It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set to allow me to make the choices. Well, I don't think there's too big of a gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel in different situations. Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one to choose your companion. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team less than the sum of the parts. This is all about building team synergy. Wait, didn't Rhodia say something about how people born in December and August don't mesh well together? And the sinners who will accompany Dante to solve this case. I have to choose someone who can support me, calmly assess the situation, and remain free from biased judgments while making smart, rational decisions on the fly. The sinners who fit that description are... Do we even have anyone like that? I still have to choose someone, though. Damn it, I've got it! I choose Faust, Brasalt, and Yiseng. Rodion, Ryoshu, and Honglu. Huh? Wait, huh? Dante has selected me, Brasalt, and Yiseng. Haven't you been listening, Dante? I have certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, though she was not an option. Yiseng was immediately ruled out even before the meeting adjourned. His history of developing an unauthorized invention at T-Corp. Brasalt did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I'm truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't soon forget this. Wait, that's, Hey, Aldous, you know that's not at all what I meant. I just thought that maybe we needed someone skilled and experienced like you to effectively manage the remaining sinners while we were... Okay. I really soured the mood, didn't I? The three of them, whom I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams would be hanging out together, all turned to look in my direction. Whoa, just the three of us, huh? A trio is such an eye-catching number, isn't it? Rhodia, I get, but why'd the two of you volunteer? I thought it sounded F-A-H. Wait a minute! F-A-H. I don't know. The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Rick, what does F-A-H mean? Well, the middle has to be as, so it's F as H. Oh. F as H. That could work. Yeah! Don Quixote tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen. I have naught else to blame but my slightly lower vertical placement in the world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Vergilius have failed to catch mine in passion. Slightly lower vertical placement in this world. Don Quixote sobbed, dramatically lamenting how Vergilius did not even bat an eye in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise their hand. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though. Huh! Here's my final legacy I bestow upon thee! All this? A book, a magnifying glass, and... Are these clothes? 'Tis my treasure, my collection! Prithee, be gentle with them. Ooh, but why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing? One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business. Verily, is that not obvious to thee? Records of investigation. Solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha... Huh. Somebody's autographed it. Agatha Christie. Yes. Yes, absolutely. But who's this Agatha? Why, how art ye all so ignorant in the lore of fixers? One chose a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the 7 Association. Truly, no one? Most people don't know those. Or Don Quixote. Cumbersome clothes. How wilt they call themselves an ace detective when not dressed appropriately for the occasion? Hear, hear. 'Tis only right that the leading ace detective adorn her countenance with this special mustache. Okay. Look, Lady Agatha says in the foreword to this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in an impeccable fashion. Don Quixote just let go. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons, but how come you didn't get picked for this, Ishmael? Didn't get picked. I never volunteered. Hey, it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free paid time off without breaking company rules. I wasn't about to let that chance slip. Fair enough! I guess I did have some last-minute regrets when I saw who Vergilius picked, but I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help him out when needed. Well, good luck with the... Call us the Elite Four, how's that? While the self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around T-Corp, why don't we find a place to take the edge off and unwind? How unfortunate. T-Corp did not authorize restless sinners to run abound unmarked. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion ons worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral. temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Arf! Arf! Bark! Bark, bark, bark! 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 Bark, bark! Bark! Bark, bark! Bark! I win again. Regardless was pointing at was clearly a jail cell. Bark, bark, woof, woof, bark, woof, bark, woof, bark. Yeah, there's a dog in this house, housemate's dog, and he gets very, very barky. Well, guess what? I can outbark the dog. Are you certain that's the lodging guide? I'm going to jail? Yep, as living collaterals, apparently. It'll be fun. Hey, betcha you'll look fondly back on this memory when it's all said and done, Kay? We'll be right back, so be nice and stay put. Nice. This jail cell at least has some heating. Wait. What happens if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing him again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess. What? Hey, wait, get back here. That's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. Calm down, alright? We'll be back before you even... Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives, mark my words! We set off on our journey after receiving the aforementioned Special Investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the remaining sinners behind. After a while, all we could hear was a sad, intermittent clattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel bars. Alright, looks like everyone's ready then. Let's get a move on and have a little chat with the third victim. Let's see, the case records say that... Haha! There it is. It's just the stones thrown away. Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Look at the record. It clearly states that neither of the first two victims is in a communicative state. How unfortunate. No, I mean, why you come along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away. Shoo. Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. We were going to send an employee with you so that we can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress. Pull that stick out of your ass. It's much smaller on her. Oh my god. And she has a... Ah! She has... Oh my god. We planned to send a Class 2 staff with you, but you're... Me? Class 5. See the badge? The chatterbox of an employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. Apologies for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expected to see a Class 5 auditor all the way down here. That guy's a Class 5 staff? Really? Class 5 is the highest rank one could reach as a wing employee, right? Yeah, I thought so too. Well, don't be so sure. It depends on which wing you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there are Class 12 or even Class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good. Then let's get a move on. We stared in silent bafflement at the employee who had already stormed out of the building, then hurriedly followed him out the door. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time, they're eliminating it completely, just yanking it out of circulation. So, your name is... Mai? Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really, never call anyone by their names though. Relax, I can call you however we want. But you're obviously here to be our handler. That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think. Aha! I've got it! You're all dressed like detectives. Why don't you consider me your ever-helpful assistant who tags along to your adventures? You want to be the Holmes to three people's Sherlock. Okay, but still... Yoshu, who was staring off into the distance while puffing her cigarette. You got... It's not a cigarette at this point. It's a pipe. It has to be a pipe. Sonny spoke up just as Rodeo was about to retort. See, the graphic has pipe, but I'm like, it's not cigarette, it's a pipe. Assistant, need us. Right away, ma'am. What's the difference between an assistant and a servant? No, my family used to employ... They sure warmed up to him fast. I love this. Let's see. The third victim of the cases is Watch Factories. Hold on. The obviously gaudy and expensive suit, the meticulously trimmed and shaped mustache. The third victim must be the owner of this factory. Assistant, confirm my detections. You're right on the money, detective. We're off to a great... Oh my gosh, yes please. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ahem. We are detectives working on the case of time-killing time. My name is... Uh-oh. You're at a much faster time than everyone else, aren't you? What's going on? Yoshu, detective. Sure is a fast talker. He's talking way faster than Mersault did when he reviewed those chickens. He's talking so fast, it's like someone pressed the fast forward button in him or something. I can't understand the thing coming out of his mouth. Yeah, he probably experiences like, what, 48 hours in a day, maybe? He's someone who has a lot of time. What's that supposed to mean? An average T-Corp okay. An average T-Corp citizen has about 20 to 28 hours in a day, but you might also run into someone like him, people with plenty of time to spare, because they have so much time, they can afford to condense 40, 50 hours into a single day, and to people with few hours in a day, it'll look like as though he's moving 2-3 times faster than them. Someone with that much time could pick their nose in the blink of an eye before anyone even has a chance to catch him in the act. Ah! Ew. It's like, is my running at like a slightly faster speed? Like he has slightly more hours in the day and that's why he just goes but not a lot, just a little bit. I gave Rhodey a quick look of concern. You have to do something before Ryoshu's SHNC. Slice his neck clear! Yay! Quick look, as in a brief flicker of the flames burning on my clock. Would you mind slowing down a bit? I'm just worried that you're at a serious risk of becoming a victim of a completely different, slightly more fatal crime. He shook his head in frustration, very rapidly, that is, before activating what appeared to be a voice recorder. He began to play his voice back at us. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name's Bumble. A pride proprietor. Hang on. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name's Bumble, a proud proprietor of this watch factory. Apologies for this awkward method of communication. You see, my days are 52 hours long. I used to live 100-hour days in my heyday, but the things have taken a turn for the worse at the factory in recent years. 100 hours, days. What? 52 hours? To me, it looks as though you were all taking very, very, very slowly. I must say, it's quite frustrating. But I'm willing to suffer this annoyance as long as you can solve this case. You have 52 whole hours to spend in a single day? Gee, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Oh, I can tell you if you're that curious. A very, very full life. I must say, having more time to spend in a day means that I can get more things done in a day. Like sleeping 10 or more hours a night and having more than 40 hours left to spend. Good sleep really is the key to keeping your skin moist and fresh. Indeed, I'll let you judge it if you want. What the frick? Dude. No. If you were a girl, maybe. But no. Maybe your mustache, though. As long as it's well groomed. As though in an effort to demonstrate, Bumble was constantly zooming around the room, checking his documents, calling someone on the phone, and even brushing his teeth while we stood there listening to his recordings. IDC. Get to the point. I don't care. It was one late evening, let's see, like always, I was busy walking down the street. I had a very, very important meeting to attend to, you know. And all of a sudden, an attack? No, I just happened to recall that I left the bacon on the kitchen counter at home. I should have left it covered with District 23's purple salt. Aha! My second oldest aunt used to sprinkle that salt all the time. The point. Well, so I stopped briefly, looking up at the clock tower and wondering if I should head back home to salt that bacon, and that's when the Time Ripper struck. The Time Ripper! Oh my gosh, it's Jack the Ripper! He's time-killing time! Oh! Yes, please. Yes, we get to solve the You are Angela, and you must... The clock tower. Each one of the 12 zones at T Corp has a clock tower that displays A Corp's standard time scale. Because everyone has different hours to spend in a day, the watches sync with their respective time scales as well. So, to tell the real objective time, one would have to check the clock tower. I do love the idea that, like, when he's playing the recording, it's just this long, it takes forever. Oh, that's pretty neat. Alright, you two, let's focus on the important stuff. Let's see, how about we start with a physical description? A fine, tailored suit. A tailored suit? A good fancy for someone called the Time Ripper, don't you think? It must have cost me about 58 million on. Of course, since it was tailor-made, its comfort was beyond human imagination. Oh, you're just describing yourself. Wait, what? Oh, and how could I forget, this impressive yet keenly shaped mustache, Hey, I wasn't talking about your own physical description. One more chance until I SYNC. Slice your neck. Oh, you mean the murderer's appearance? Well, let me think. I don't recall anything. It just happened so fast that... How did it feel to have your own time killed? Was it painful? Not ask something like that with such a big grin on your face. Nope, it was just... 100 hours was gone in the blink of an eye. I missed my very important appointment. Thanks to that, I'll have you know, I suffered so much damages. hours? So you lost a whole week in the blink of an eye. Huh? Nope, 100 hours for me is just 2 days or so. Still, you have no idea how much I lost because of those 2 days. Ripping away time, huh? An invention that enables something like that would certainly win the Inventor of the Year award and the loads of prize money that comes with it. T-Corp really values and supports its inventors, you know? Some people say that once upon a time, T-Corp's executive director himself showed up to display the award. I just guess once an inventor is always an inventor. I say that he probably wanted others to carry on his inquisitive spirit. I've seen the ceremony once, and he was giving away autographs. And maybe we're looking for an inventor who received an award for that tech. Assistant? But every invention of T-Corp needs to be registered at the Technology Administration Agency, though it is not without a few exceptions. There once was a time when a rogue group of inventors called the League of Nine Literateurs made some inventions that they neglected to register, and wow, what a mess that was. Every single corner of T-Corp was up in arms. Everyone was dashing about in a panic, making arrests, holding important meetings, while I... Was that big of a deal? I can't even imagine how hard it must have been for Yi Sang. Alright. So, is there anything like that registered in T-Corp's tech agency? Nope, first time hearing about anything like it. We could have started there, you know? What if this is a power granted by the distortion? Meanwhile, Ryoshu, who was completely uninterested in the conversation, stared off into the distance. She looked out the factory window and let out another puff of smoke before muttering quietly to herself. No killer, no corpses. Well, yeah, no one's actually dead, and we don't know where the killer is. Ark! Who could it be, I wonder? Somebody took a liking to my expensive suit. I say, disagree. Your suit's shit. Besides, if I really wanted to kill you... Me? Why would you? I'd have to be able to move as fast as you. I won't be able to get a good aim at your vitals otherwise. Yoshi strode toward him, before suddenly breaking into a charging sprint. Bumble rapidly stumbled back in terror, but Ryoshu was fast enough to close the distance and press her scabbard into his neck despite this disparity in time. Holy cow! Just like this. Whoa, I thought she was actually about to beat the crap out of him with that scabbard. That'd be case closed. All we'd have to do is to arrest Ryoshu. You scared the heck out of me, Well, I suppose that villain didn't really stab me in my battles or whatever, but he did appear all of a sudden, just like you did, I see, so the killer isn't just running around ripping time away from random people left and right. Yes, the killer was going specifically for that ASS. Bark! 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 Dog is getting quieter, like, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I have traumatized that poor dog because he starts barking and then I bark back and he's like, bark, bark. It barks quieter and quieter until he's done. The ASS. Now, you could read this as ass, or you could read this as absolutely shit suit. I like to think it's so simple. The void left behind by Sinclair's absence was much bigger than I thought. Oh, it's not. I meant that annoying, stupid stash. Not having that kid hair is frustrating. Yoshu and Sinclair. No way. Can you think of a single person who'd hate someone like me, I can think of more than a few. I say that it must have been the work of some bandit who wanted to try on my tailored suit, Oh, what about your employee? Lady Agatha's book says that to find the culprit, we must first look at the victim's immediate circle. Here's my question. This is the legitimate question. If anyone wants to answer, you can. Is the reference here Agatha Christie or not? I don't know. I want to, though. I have no idea if that book Don Quixote gave us earlier is actually helping, but I suppose it's at least a very good page-turner. Longview can't seem to be able to tear his eyes away from it. Maybe I should check it out, too, once we get back to the bus. Yeah, that works. Then, the culprit has to be someone who hates the owner so much enough to try to take his time. Or I hear barking from my neighbor's dog and I can't do anything about that one. Or, Rodion, you Occam's razor this, and you say that, okay, so we have a factory owner who recently had to drop from 100 hours per day to 52 hours per day because of incidents with the factory, and is running on a lot of excess time. Also, given the fact that this is an incident that is occurring at numerous places in the city, making me think that the actual reason why this person is targeted is because the distortion is targeting people who have excess time exclusively. And so if you want to catch the person in the act, you find someone with egregious amounts of excess time. But the only issue with that is that, oh boy, how do you get them to stay still long enough for you to catch the culprit when an hour or two of waiting for you is basically like 24 hours for them? It gets it. Well, actually, no. It's Bark! No, that seems quite impossible, as you can see. What? Laborers at this factory. They're all working so slowly, like they're moving through molasses. Oh, most factory laborers like them usually live rather short 10-hour days, most of which they spend at their factory jobs anyway. What did you say? Listen up, everyone. Our output gains saw only 13% growth compared to last month's growth. Have I not impressed upon you how important this is, huh? We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate, Yay! There's our favorite patented Project Moon anti-capitalist message. Yay! Honestly, I think Charles Dickens. Not all the dogs. Charles Dickens would love Project Moon. Give me I need to check something. Yeah. Actually, I should go on my break early. So anyways, I'm going to go on a 5 to 10 minute break to handle dogs barking. So I'll see you again in a little bit. I will also be running ads during this time. So, oh no, ads! I encourage everyone to take this time to eat drink, use the bathroom. Be back in 5 to 10 minutes because I will also be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Yay! Ba-da-ba. 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 Okay. Back the game. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. I also have Cat in my room. I don't know where Cat is, but I have Cat. Listen up, everyone. Our output gains only 13% growth compared to last month's growth. Haven't I impressed upon you how important this is, huh? We'll be falling behind profit margin projections at this rate. Bumble hollers at them in frustration. The laborers very, very slowly turn their heads to look up at the factory owner. Even that simplest action taking an excruciatingly long time to complete. Was it impossible to work any faster than... Whoa, how bothersome. Less complaining, more assembling, Use your times effectively, chop chop, You have no idea how frustrating it has been for me as of late, Did you even know that the next batch of hogs have stopped all of a sudden, We could understand him thanks to the recorder next to us. But everyone out of its airshot would have no chance of understanding whatever he's talking about. Hey, Mr. Bumble. You're talking way too fast for them to understand. You know that? How do you expect them to understand a thing you're saying? So, it's not me who's too fast, it's them who are too slow, Only hustlers and busy bees like myself who make the best of their time can rise above the rest in this chaotic, bustling city, Holy cow. Holy cow. It's in full force. Everybody. He, she's, phase, theys, and all others. It's in full force. The anti-capitalist message. It is literally impossible for the workers to understand, and it is literally impossible for the workers to work any faster. They are kept on a slower pace. And the factory manager just still wants them to be like, yes, but it's them who are so slow, only hustlers and busy bees like myself. It's patently absurd. I love this. Ooh, I love this because it's like it shows how patently absurd this line of logic and reasoning is coming from like in here. And this is great social commentary because it takes existing systems, existing circumstances, takes them to their extreme, and then says, yeah, this is what it looks like. Like, what? You know that's a load of bull. How are they supposed to tussle or make the best of their times when they're practically nailed to the floor? And with what time? Somebody just got home. Road yet? Hey. Somebody's really excited to have other people home. I don't think someone like him will ever understand what you're talking about. He was born and raised in T-Corp after all. Holy cow! Oh, we're hitting that line as well. The hacking line about, yes, they were raised differently. Of course they're not gonna understand ever. Hey, assistant, you're a Class 5 employee, right? Are you supposed to be a big shot? You seriously think there's anything normal about all of this? Normal? Dear detectives, do you happen to be returning from a round trip across every single nest in the city, all the way from A to Z? Can you confidently say that you've seen all there is to see? Not really, but they're getting close. They've been places. Then give this idea a thought, why don't you? That the notion of what is normal is just a mirage conjured by the downtrodden and the suffering. My gosh. Holy cow, we're hitting every... Oof. Oof. That is to say, that suffering is just a part of life in the city, regardless of which nest you're in. I don't see any suffering in that mug of Mr. 54 Hours days right there. Such harsh words, sir. I have my share of pain, I'll have you know, I have been waiting for something to get finished for a while, Do you know how much of a pain it is to wait for something, but also have too much time in your day, It's so tedious. I see exactly why nobody's been able to solve the time-killing time case. Because in order to get anything done, you have to work with the primary targets. And the primary targets are these people. In me. Oh no. Welcome back, Ryan. No, that's not right. Hang on. Peekaboo! 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 Okay, anyways. Bumble gently fixed his mustache and hair before caressing his expensive coat with care. Holy cow, they're going heavy on this one. All the justifications that end up feeling excruciatingly empty. Oh. The patently absurd amount of just like, items on 42. Not even close to getting, whatever, it's fine. Oh, that's because I only had really like one mission and a bunch of like stuff. Finally, we get to fight something. I get the special new Earth in 10 turns. Yes, I did. Yay. Finally, we get to fight something. Oh my gosh.
손맛이 뭔지 보여주지.
Who do I think is fit? I think it might just be the Daishis.
전가요?
I mean, I've thought for a while that the Daishi Association identity would be good with like less. Because once she's able to get like way more slots, it's like maybe we can flip the script on our line of thought. What kind of people would you? Do you think hate rich people? Who do you think would hate people like me? Well, except for my family. If I do ever get murdered under mysterious circumstances, I'm willing to bet that it's one of my family members in. Or Heathcliff. That's a pretty dark joke. The culprit went straight for Bumble, but his employees literally can't move fast enough to have done that. None of them look like distortions either. To be fair, there are prime conditions for distorting. Yes, if the culprit's hiding among those slowpokes, Clock would have noticed it. And that narrows the culprit down to someone unrelated to this factory, someone without much time, someone who's got a bone to pick against the time rich. Or it could be someone who's unhappy about the state of affairs in the D-Corp nest. Also, while Dante could be right, that this power was granted by a distortion, nothing rules out the possibility that they may be using an unregistered invention. There may be more than a single culprit, then. More than a single culprit, huh? Wait, I think I know an organization that might fit that exact description. Nah, no way, I doubt it. They don't ever take drastic actions like these anymore. Even back at J-Corp. Hi, Function! How are you doing, Function? Wow, that's some coincidence, isn't it? I happen to know of a group of people just like them. Loving the Stardew Valley shorts. Yay! Sometime later, in a certain alleyway, I am really happy that the shorts I'm making are good. Hat has perched herself against the door because she hears Wackerly. I may need to let her out of my room. I usually keep the door closed so that animals don't wander in, but then the cat just bolts in whenever, so I'm like, okay, fine. 1 second. Gonna play some rando for a bit. We'll lurk though. Ah, thank you for lurking, Function. Well, I am normal. Mostly. A group of people unhappy with the state of affairs in the nest. Perhaps you are looking for the Euro Divide. Ah, that rings a bell. Isn't your friend the founder of that organization, Rhodia? Rhodia stopped dead in her tracks. Whoa! Hero to pie. Here? Do you know something about that organization? I did hear that they've been spreading through the nest as of late, though it hasn't been long since they started popping up within T-Corp's borders. So direct T-Corp employees like myself have been stationed all over the nest to question any suspicious individuals. He thinks it's a real bother, standing guard here, all this stop and search, so tedious. So, what are the Hero Devi up to around here? All kinds of stuff that petty thieves get up to. Selling things like time or money. Well, I did hear that they also do some pro bono detective work for people who can't afford the time or money to hire people. Wait, stop right there! You, what are you looking around all shifty for? It's a stop and search. Time to save everything. Oh my god! It's you! What? Hey, I'm just trying to walk away from that lady with the cig and that creepy glare. Where can we find them? Hero Divine. Well, it probably ain't too difficult. Let's see there. Honglu! A sudden explosion tore Honglu to shreds as he was peeking around an alleyway. Speak of the devil. Maybe I should have activated their badges earlier. Activate our badges? Starting off with a bang, huh? Good luck, Dante. Let's bring them back. Gotcha. Turning the clock now. Wait, you can bring them back? There! The explosion came from that way. Meticulous activist. Damn watch chains of T-Corp. Here to collect your filthy dues, huh? Hey. No time to explain, right? Let's talk about that later. Miss lots of characters get in detective outfits.
유감 없는 싸움을
Um.
기대하겠어.
Okay, Ryan, here's what you missed. Very good summary. We are in massive amounts of time debt because we happened to, like, slow down time enough that we were able to go through and finish chapter 6. So they're like, you can't do that! They took us in. All the other sinners got put in jail. The T-Corp was like, we need to be special investigators. And Don Quixote happened to have 3 outfits of detectives that she handed out to the 3 people who were chosen. That's basically it.
직접 타도하죠. No.
Fair enough. Yeah! The answer for why are they being weird is Don Quixote.
포기하지만 말자고.
Right. Ow.
저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단 정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
Wait, this one only discards 1. But this one discards 2, which means that I'll have level 2, so I need to go for this one.
직접 타도하죠.
It also means I have to filthy watch chains. Okay. That's you too.
큰 하나 비었어.
Yeah.
A에 거스르지 말고.
Yeah! Look at that. Frick.
확실히 빼는 편 좋지.
You need to hit heads on some. Come on. I'm loving the music. Just do that.
직접 타도하죠.
Boink. Whap, 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 point in. Doink.
또 되죠.
I fucking love the animations on like Sepieto and Honglu.
무지하니까
그래, 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 매서워지거든.
무슨 맛일까?
Doink. Doink.
편하게 가자고요.
Victory. Victory.
데이에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
I'm having fun just dancing that. Okay. The rewinding clock.
맛있는 경험을 기대하지.
Yeah, deploy it. Toasted by sinners. Yeah. Retreat. Hey, participation trophy. Participation trophy? Is he talking to me? Ding ding. Oh. Yeah. How on earth did you do that earlier? Tick tock, and voila! It seemed to me that you rewound the time and unwounded your friends. Never seen a tech that could unwind time like that. Well, that's trade secret. Ask and you shall receive pain. Fascinating. Aren't you terrified of time? As far as I'm aware, there is practically no way to rewind time for a singular entity that exists in an open, unenclosed area. Either that or my study didn't reach as far as I thought it did. Wait, no. That's actually a very serious problem, then. I was very desperate, you know. It's very unlikely that I missed anything. You know what else is a serious problem? The fact that we're wasting our time chatting about inane stuff while they're all getting away. Come on, Dante. Hold on, inane stuff? This is extremely serious. Its importance is absolutely incomparable to what amounts to arresting a few small fry revolutionaries. If it was a true resurrection, then the head would have been after your heads already. So I doubt that's what this is. Then it must have something to do with time manipulation. I'm certain of it. Maybe it works with the same mechanisms as the TT2 protocol under the hood. Nope, that works only within an isolated enclosure. You can't rewind the time of a singular individual. Perhaps they are drawing time from elsewhere to inject it into their time streams? That seems a tad more plausible. If you're actually rewinding their time, then the visual elements of that process would manifest in a vastly different manner. I suppose this means that you can't really rewind or skip time either, am I right? Can't just say all that gibberish and expect me to be able to. The process also seemed to involve a great degree of pain. Oh well, it seems to be in bad taste to say that's good news, but I suppose I can say that what I'm I can say that what I'm about to tell you is somewhat auspicious. I was going to get into the nitty-gritty only if we had to bench. Okay. The text is too small. Let me bring up the full. Holy cow, the text. Only if you had to venture into one of the more dangerous places like the back streets. But here we go. Check the other side of your badges. There should be a small clockwork knob attached to your badges in there. Mind rotating it for me? That's 5 staff jabbered on endlessly, zapping between numerous subjects within a matter of seconds, before reaching out and pointing at the badges we were wearing. Not all fixers specializing in investigations are strong enough to defend themselves in emergencies. That is why these special investigator badges are all equipped with the same special function that goes into suits that higher-ranking staff members of the T-Corp wear. It's called Golden Time. If you keep the clockwork wound, it will automatically speed up the body's natural regeneration process as soon as it detects that its wearer is at risk of death. Nothing compared to what you're capable of, but it's quite something, isn't it? So, I don't actually have to turn the clock myself? Well, it takes some time for it to refill once the charge is spent. If you ever run out of its uses, then I suppose it all comes down to you, participation trophy. You have to take one for the team and bring them all back yourself. You're willing to do that, but not willing to help us before we get torn to shreds, huh? I prefer that. Good. Ooh. Ready, let's go after them then. Holy cow, the jabberballs! Where did they run off to? Sure, they came this way. No more tracks. We wasted too much time on his boring lectures. Hey, assistant, are you sure it's okay for you to just saunter behind us like you're out on a picnic? Why would I run? I hate running. It's literally your job to arrest the Euro Divide, isn't it? Is it though? Well, my job at the precise moment is to keep my eyes on you and your investigation regarding the case of TimeKilling Time, not making Euro Divide arrests. But you're a T-Corp employee! Okay, fine. Let's say that I decided to run instead of walk and help to capture those Euro Divide rascals. What then? Will T-Corp suddenly stop having problems just because they're gone? Will this place suddenly transform into some kind of humanitarian paradise? Not to mention that, as long as their leader runs free, they'll be back before you know it. Excuses, then. KTA. Which one is this one? KTA. Kill thyself? Hey. Killing time. Hey. Oh, kill them all. Okay. If you do kill them all, that only opens up room for a worsen to get to take the place. If that happens, that collector friend from earlier might end up suffering from something much, much worse than having to stop and search random passers-by. Not to mention that I'll be getting muscle cramps from all the running. That's... Besides, isn't your friend one of them? Weird. I thought you would want me to arrest them. Right? I thought Rodeo would be a bit happier to be reunited with the Euro Divide. Well, since it looks like the chill's gone cold, let's go back to the stop and search lady and ask if she noticed anything suspicious since we left. Fine. The T-Corp employees we met earlier was still standing completely inert, not moving a muscle. Oh no. Poor woman. I can't believe she's still on duty at such a late hour. Such is the life of labor. No. They got her. Can't even hear her breathing. That's the Time Ripper's MO! Time Ripper got to her that fast. She's in a state of absolute stillness. A death-like state achieved without a trinkle of blood on their hands. What a misophobic art. Though she may be in a state of stasis to those of us watching from the outside, for her, this must be as brief as a blink of an eye. What do you think the culprit's trying to do with all that time? Guys, this is a crime scene. Let's try to not touch the body. I mean, the victim. Whoa, look! There must be some sort of spatio-temporal displacement superposition phenomenon going on here. He is entirely incorporeal. Is this seriously the time to... Rhodia, there, up ahead! I whipped looked around, noticing the now familiar sensation of distortion, and caught a brief glimpse of a suspicious figure slowly slipping into the fog. You, stop! Yoshi, you think you can catch up? I'm not your hunting dog, but sure, I'll entertain you just this once. Whoa, she's pretty fast. Yoshi sure moves fast when she finds something interesting. It's been a while since I've seen people like you, the kind who sprint forward with their eyes fixed on the horizon. Here, everyone only ever looks down, the next neck bent and gaze locked to the ground, watching their own feet like take their halting steps. Holy cow! Ah! T-Corp has a massive... Hi, Kaneko. T-Corp has a massive issue with hacking. Massive classism issue. Oof. Suppose they only ever look up to check the time on the clock towers. But there must have been a time when everyone walked tall. I know why that is. It's because they all learned helplessness. Because they realized that even if they ran till their lungs burst, nothing will change. That it doesn't matter. Yeah, not everyone can run like Massault. Learning to maintain a stable breathing rhythm is not easy. Oh my god. The distortion is wearing panties! That's not what I'm talking about. Wait, take a closer look at her face. Remember? It's the same face she was making earlier when she shouted, "It's a stop and search!" Yeah, maybe she saw someone suspicious, approached them for a stop and search, and got ambushed. You should ask her when she recovers. Don't know when she'll recover. Sometime later. Hatch. Are you sure you captured him alive? Hey, Ryoshi, doesn't he kind of look a bit different from the mysterious person that got away? He's clearly wearing something different. Besides, he's one of the Euro Divide we already ran into. Clothes are just husks that can be cast off at any moment. He started running as soon as our eyes met. Hey, rise and shine. How am I the suspicious one? Anyone would run if someone like you started sprinting after them with that big sword in your hand. I have many ways to crush the truth out of you. First, no dismembering. This is a Euro-devised turf. You'll soon regret dragging me down here. I prepared the secret weapon just for this occasion. Watch out! But nothing happened. What was that? One of the 5 greatest inventions of the Euro-Divide T-Corp branch. The portable adjustable frequency. Ahem. The portable adjustable frequency periodical lighting apparatus attachment sound wave generator. This will... Drink of water. This will call every single Eurodivy in its range to this exact location. There, see what I meant? You see the problem prevalent among inventors. They never know when to stop when it comes to naming their invention. Meow. Meow. Hello, sweetheart. Late. Okay. You'll pay dearly for smacking me in the back of my noggin. I'll smacking you in the noggin. Or smacking you in the face! Which one do you want?
무슨 맛일까?
I like to think that, like, the reason we have more moves in them despite only being 3 is because we have more time. Leg jiggle, leg jiggle, leg jiggle, leg jiggle, leg jiggle, leg jiggle, 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 jiggle. My leg jiggles.
직접 알게 한다.
Frick. Frick. Doink. Ah, doink. Smell something. Ah.
깨달았나?
레이의 거스르지 말고
저것들 너덜너덜하잖아. 일단
Let's
정신 못 차리는 놈 대가리부터 뭉개.
We win!
효타.
I think we win. Oh, we don't do nearly enough damage to win yet, do we? Ah!
그런 것도 되죠.
You're home. Welcome home.
적확한 하나였어.
Yeah, we don't do enough damage. Yeah, we're close to winning.
결국
Yeah.
마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는 거라니까. 잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼
직접
죽은 다음만
타도하지 마.
생각해. 그럼 공격이 더 무서워지거든.
레이의 거스르지 말고 편하게 가자고요.
Yeah.
데이에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
Time for another attempt at extraction. Ah! And the answer is no! Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh. TimeKilling time. A trail gone.
맛있는 경험을 기대하지. 이만하면 순항이죠. 바람도 딱 좋네.
Oh my gosh, I love this music. Holy cow. This goes ham. I hear wind.
무슨 맛일까?
No! Frick, I hear wind! If we have another occasion of like the stream goes like down because like everything cuts off, I will not be happy. I also mean it's dreadfully difficult for me to like go through and make a short from these streams since I have to download it entirely first from Twitch's logs rather than just my own. It's weekend. Yay! Happy weekend!
레이에 거스르지 말고
Did I forget something? Oh no, did I forget something? Oh no! Did I forget something, like? Please tell me you didn't. I probably did, but...
무지하니까.
What's that
깨달았나?
bonus I have?
약이지. 제대로
I
두드려
never fully
패.
noticed it.
그래. 결국 마지막까지 서 있는 놈이 이기는
I am a
거라니까.
little bit worried.
잘 들어. 아픈 거 생각하지 말고 저 새끼 죽은 다음만 생각해.
직접 타도하죠.
여기로 뺏어오거든.
맞는
I'm a
거.
little bit worried because I hear like wind going whoosh, 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 whoosh.
편하게 가자고요.
Okay, let's see what this that is actually.
이렇게 눕혀가다 보면
P-Corp Special Investigator Badge. When this unit takes lethal damage, their HP does not drop below 1. Instantly heals 80% of the max HP. Ah! Okay.
무슨 맛일까?
It is getting really windy. I am getting worried. But we're not experiencing light flickers, so I'm like, we're probably not looking at it because it's windy. Yeah, it's windy outside. And sometimes when it gets windy where I'm currently at, it's like,
맞는 거야.
that's a sign that like power or internet might flicker a little bit. And it's like, it happens sometimes. What do you have? Broken unity. Ah! Because the Euro Divi fight amongst each other. You're a divvy.
직접 타도하죠.
너, 말,
적확한 한압이었어.
힘은 확실히 빼는 편이 좋지. 힘은 확실히 빼는 편이 좋지. 이제 쓸만해졌고.
Final watch chains.
무지하니까 맞는 거야.
Yay! Victory!
결국 내 공부가 부족하지 않았다는 거네. 그치? 좋았어.
The Dying Detective.
맛있는
Whoa!
경험을 기대하지.
After matching various pieces of information we found from the defeated Euro Divine members together, we managed to track them down to a run-down building that appeared to be their hideout. You finally managed to track us down, haven't you? Filthy watch chains of T-Corp. And you clock? You clock, he says. It's only elementary, because I am an ace detective. Rhodia exclaimed triumphantly as she flicked her hair back, but I sensed the smallest hint of uncertainty in her voice. Yep, we're all ace detectives. I'll admit, we shouldn't have let you track us down, but you don't look too strong. It is a foolish move to fight a lion in his den. I hope you prepared yourselves. Don't you worry about our butts. You've got a class 5 staff with us, you know. I can deduce a few things about you. One, that man's outfit. That aloof look on his face. I see. It's likely that you're not lying that he really is a class 5 staff. Two, you are absolutely shameless for bringing a class 5 watch chain to a run-down hideout like this. Why does this have anything to do with shame? I don't know about shame, but this place sure is run down. Right, how about this? I'll sit this one out just for the sake of fairness. It'll be like cheating if I were to take part in this fight, yeah? That is a fair proposal. Fine, I accept your offer. Did we not get a say in any of this?
걱정 마시오. 최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면 생명은 어떻게라도 보존될 테니.
무슨 맛일까?
should probably ask Wackerly for
아이, 저것들
what is the specific thing he uses to make sure that his computer doesn't just crash, and if I could also potentially look into that, list it on my phone, maybe to save up for it if I can get enough Twitch payouts. I win. Boink, boink, boink. I'm pretty good, you know, says the move that I'm just absolutely annihilating.
힘은 확실히 빼는 편이 좋지.
Doink. Yeah, good luck trying to hit past that.
먹겠네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
Boink. Actually, I do kind of want to see which one of you is a special one. Is it you? Quick-witted, quick-witted, aggressive, aggressive. Yeah, none of them are special. Here. Backup battery, they call those uninterruptible power supplies, or UPSs for short.
직접 타도하죠.
Yeah, I should probably look into those.
편하게 가자고요.
Although that does sound expensive, so I'm like, I might have to just.
쓸만해져.
It will be a while, but it'd be helpful to be able to not have my computer potentially crash.
맞는 거야.
To be fair, it has a battery inside. Yes, it does. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. It's in all the slots, so I'm gonna do, and then it should do its power too. Yeah. Has a battery inside, yeah.
편하게 가자고요.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면
Granted, for anyone here who watches my shorts, first of all, thank you so much for watching my shorts. That makes me feel wonderful. Big one costs a lot. A small one would only supply around 10 minutes of time before the PC shuts down, but that should be enough to save an awful. Yeah, I'd probably get a small one.
무슨 맛일까?
You want my shorts? If you've been watching my shorts, thank you for watching. And also, you might notice that, one of them is of a significantly lower graphical quality than the others. And that's because,
편하게 가자고요.
좋다. 좋아.
that one was just, that one was saved by Twitch because my computer, lost power while I was streaming and I couldn't finish.
기억하는 게 좋겠어. 이런 동료들 상태에 신경 좀 쓰셔야 할 것 같은데요.
Which I'm really sad about too because, I almost finished that freaking run and then I couldn't.
편하게 가자고요. 편하게 가자고요. 편하게 가자고요.
I hear that. Harara, harara. Harara, harara. Rush,
제2의
rush,
낯선
rush.
자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
The Euro Divine Mystery.
사건 속으로.
이만하면 순환이죠. 바람도 딱 좋네.
Focus battle this time. Okay. Well, the second phase is probably gonna have something that justifies the focus battle. Not that I mind it, I actually really like having a focus. Better than a neutral? No. So if I pull defense on you and pull an attack on you, I could, yeah.
직접 타도하죠.
First of all, get a lot of defense, and then... Frick. Ah! Frick. Once I get sanity up, you're all screwed! Until that point, though, I have to wait. Wait, it's only one. Oh, it's three. Yes! Oh, it worked! My plan worked.
하는 순항이죠. 바람도
Now you're attracting them. I am loving this music. Ah! This is good music. Yeah, there we go. We have favorite now. Yeah. Frick. Yeah!
그런 것도 되죠. A에 거스르지 말고.
Frick! The sky just let out a giant sky fart,
흔들리는 놈이 제 일.
which is not good.
가서 끝장내죠.
You know what I should do?
직접 타도하죠.
Once I finish out this battle, I'm gonna go on break. I'm gonna stop my recording. I'm gonna restart it. And hopefully, that will mean I have at least footage on my computer that's not corrupted unlike last time. Because when thunder starts brewing, it's a cool, but I don't want it to stop yet. In fact, if my computer crashes and I'm not done, I will like boot it back up and restart it. Like restart my stream. I am at that point. Yeah. I will do the thing.
직접 타도하죠. 편하게 가자고요. 편하게 가자고요.
우리가 우세. 서둘러
Oh, we're
끝내보자.
almost done. Okay. With phase 1! Oh no! Well, the second phase should go a lot faster because we have sanity filled up.
직접 알게 합니다.
More sanity, please. Thankies!
쓸만해져. 이제 쓸만해져.
하나 눕혔네. 이렇게 눕혀가다 보면 어느새 끝나는 게 싸우는 거지.
Ah, there we go. We have special person. Don't know any of your skills, Frank. Well, regardless. No, you just the sky farts. Stop, please, sky farts, please.
직접 타도하죠.
No, sky farts. Please don't continue. I don't want to. just win this stage, please. Please. Please let me win this stage.
너 맞.
I win the stage, go on break, and then everything is fantastic. The plan.
직접 타도하죠.
Wait, I am totally filling the, like, the in 10 turns, aren't I? Like, how do I do the in 10 turns here?
A에 거스르지 말고.
I should probably have read all their special moves and such, but whatever, I did it. I'll chalk up this occasion of, like, Project Moon fans don't read to. I am literally, like, in distress.
깨달았나? 효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
Okay, let's see. I think I'm confused that one. Confused that one. Confused that one. Yes. And I just focus on you. Do as much damage as like.
무슨 맛일까?
맞는 거야.
너 맞.
There we go.
적확한 하나둘소.
이런 것도 되죠.
이런 건 몽둥이가 약이지.
Frick.
두드려 패.
Damage time. Do it. Oh, the damage.
A에 거스르지 말고 편하게 가자고요.
Victory. Okay. We quickly moved our conversation into the hideout after defeating the Eurodivi members. Ugh. Surrender and confess. Starting to run low on patience might kill you soon. Ah, no, looks like Ryoshi's getting tired playing detective. You're surrendered already. Not sure what you want us to confess either. What, would you like for us to confess that we're the Eurodivi or something? We hesitated, unsure if he really was clueless or not. That's when Rhodia confidently strode forward and pointed an accusatory figure at the Eurodivi captain. Right, questioning time. You've always hated this nest state of affairs, am I right? Must you really ask? You like inventing stuff and not registering them to the tech agency, don't you? Again, must you really inquire about something you could discern simply by looking around? Ooh, mind if I take a gander at these inventions? Well, don't just go around touching. I see. This hedgehog toy is a time bomb disguised as a plushie. It scans a palm as soon as it enters within a certain proximity range, and if it doesn't recognize the palm as unauthorized individuals, it'll shoot as its plans to penetrate the intruder. But you've screwed the parts too tightly down here. You'll do well to remember that mechanical engineering isn't all about tiny screws as hard as can. Sometimes you need a slightly loose screw or two to make things a little bit better. And another thing, if I were you, I would have made the spine holes hexagon-shaped, not circular. They're short. Put them in this bag. Ah! You can tell all that from a quick look. You return the arm and confident playing it. Either way, most of these are experiments and complete products in truth. In truth, you like making more dangerous inventions too, right? You really are a persistent one, aren't you? What are you getting at? Ah! And I'm sure these fun inventions eventually led to something that can completely rip someone's hammer away. Wait, what? The culprit behind the case of TimeKilling dying. It's you guys, right? That's what you do, isn't it? You see something that rubs you the wrong way, so you go ahead and smash it to bits. That's a bit of a logical leap, isn't it? Who do you think Eurodivi are? Sounds like this friend of yours in the Eurodivi really messed up big time in the past, Did he do something drastically violent? No, Sonia, he always knew how to say the right things to get people to agree with him, to convince them to join the cause. His words filled me with this confidence that we could really change the world, that it really was as effortless as letting candy slowly melt away in my mouth. But what could he possibly do to change the world? He doesn't even do anything. Not like these guys. I bet the Key Corp Eurodivide are nothing more than knockoffs who just found themselves inspired by stories coming out of J Corp, or... It's absolutely baffling how you failed to correctly deduce a single thing. No, we're not knockoffs. Besides, the Saint has already brought many changes to this world. Changes that you mere detectives can't even dream of. Saint? Indeed. Saint Sonia was the one who really sparked the fire of the Eurodivide in every nest. Well, that isn't the only reason they call him the Saint. But that's besides the point. Eurodivide in every nest. Sonia did that. Since he claimed to be Saint Sonia's friend, allow me to say it in no uncertain terms. The Eurodivide has nothing to do with your case. Sonia, he... Are we supposed to take you at your word? First, we don't have this time-killing technology. We can steal time or timepieces, but it's practically impossible to kill time. Making something absurd, so absurd, would surely catch the tech agency. And that is trouble that I am not willing to invite. Why, you've certainly been causing a ruckus here. Isn't that the Eurodivide wants, chaos? Please, don't compare us to the likes of Backstreet's gangs. Though there are those among us who want that chaos, of course. One of our former members insisted that we must take the abundance of time in T-Corp for ourselves and have our comrades divided equally among us. Hey! That's the one! Tell us about that one! Tell us about that one! But such drastic action would also hurt the have-nots, those who do not deserve such pain. But we must adhere to the Saint's teaching. To truly tear out the throats of the rich, we must wait for the right moment. The right moment? So it really was Sonia. The problem with Sonia's brand of like, it's the same as it was in chapter 2. You're just like, you just have to wait. And then the situation gets worse and worse and worse around him. Until eventually everyone dies. And the right moment never comes. So I've been wondering, are you really the Saint's friend? Of course she is. He even invited her to join his journey. Why don't we leave for now? We can always come back here once we uncover more evidence. No, come on, please! We need to ask about that guy who left! Dante says, let's leave for now. Are we not arresting them? Didn't one of you give me a whole lecture about how it's my job to arrest them? Rhodia ignored the assistant's question and turned around to leave the hideout, wearing a dark expression, something I'd never seen from her before. The assistant shrugged, and we were about to leave the hideout as well, but the Eurodivide captain stopped us. Wait, if you really are a friend of the Saint, then I can't let you leave without giving you some advice as the more experienced detective. I was able to establish a few things from this conversation, so allow me to share them with you. Oh, right! You dabble in detective work from time to time as well, yes? Is this the common thing that you Eurodivide get up to? No, only the Eurodivide branch in District 20 do. Anyway, if I were you, I would start by looking for a common thread that ties all victims together. Find out what they have in common. Why? Are you ready? Like, you have your prime suspects now. The former member of the Eurodivide who wanted to steal the time and divvy it up. Like, are you kidding? Like, the T-Corp Collections Agency knows everything about time. Where it comes from, where it goes. But not with this case. But, to know everything about comings and goings of time, how are you avoiding their eyes? Not all of us do. I can't tell you more, however. Just know that we have an ace up our sleeve that lets us continue our guerrilla activities in this nest. Anyways, does it not strike you as odd that, for someone with such impressive technology that can quite literally rip away time without a trace, the killer seems unusually passive? This tells me that there is a condition they must first meet to use their powers. Another possibility is that they have a certain creed, or belief system that they follow. But ideologically motivated culprits usually leave behind more obvious evidence that points to their beliefs. Ooh, I think that adds up nicely. Want to join our squad of ace detectives? Robin Hood but Jack the Ripper? Robin Hood but Jack the Ripper, apparently. Who the hell hired this bumbling team of amateur detective wannabes? Never mind. Now where do you kindly leave this place? Well, we now know where the Eurodivide are. We can always come back here if we ever need anything else. Time for me to go on break. Stop my recording, save everything, resume, and hopefully if this... Ooh!
다음 타겟을 설정해
Hopefully,
볼까요?
if the stream crashes, I at least have backup. And I also have recordings that go well, so I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be running ads during this time. So for all of you, please make sure to eat, drink, use the bathroom. Be back in 5 to 10 minutes because I will be, and I'll also be doing all those things. Hey! See you in a little bit. But oh no! Ads!